A Fox News alert for you now. 14 people now dead and 17 wounded after two heavily armed gunmen burst into a social services center in San Bernardino, California. Motive now is still undetermined, but the FBI is not ruling out terrorism. Since 2002, more than 70,000 law enforcement officers have learned how to respond in active shooter situations, according to one training center. So how prepared are officers in an emergency such as this one? Joining us now is Marine Corps veteran and active shooter prevention expert and former officer with the McKinney, Texas Police Department, Chris Grollnek joins me now. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Elizabeth. How are you?
Would be better if we weren't covering something like this happening today, which seems to be the new normal. I first want to thank you for your service and your continued work to make sure that officers are actually prepared in situations like this. We saw a rapid response here. What will training look like from this point forward, given these soft targets and their vulnerability?
So I think we need to look at this from a new type of attack. It's more of a hybrid. We can get lost in semantics of terrorism, ISIS, workplace violence, or active shooter. What this was an active shooter event that took place, possibly inspired by motives of terrorism, but you don't go somewhere to work and have your house booby-trapped, so when the police show up, it hopefully explodes. So what you have here is, you said 70,000 officers have been through the Alert Training Center here in San Marcos, Texas. What that means is police come here, they get the training to be first responder instructor trainers, and they go back to their departments, and you get about 4 hours a year of active shooter prevention training. Now, some units get more than that. However, when you start talking about the potential suicide vests and belts and explosive devices, incendiary devices, or expedient devices, you're going to have to start learning to, maybe shoot differently, react differently, and respond differently. So it's going to take, you give a police department a boatload of money and they're going to still want more officers, more training, more guns. And what we're saying is you need to spread the wealth a little bit and go from a holistic point, train the officers and train the citizenry. They need to respond and react. You can't get stuck on frozen. We know about fight and flight, but people often forget about freeze. And so many of these times people shelter in place. This isn't a tornado. We can't hide from it. Bullets come through windows and walls.
Is this something that civilians also should be training for as well, given the soft target vulnerability?
Okay, so that's a great question. And, we live in a different world. And I've heard a couple of your guests say similar things. And given this type of hybrid attack, I wouldn't say we need to fearmonger and everybody run out and get a gun or get two or whatever. What I would say is, log on to our website. We don't sell anything. This isn't promoting anything. We give away more than we sell. Safetosafest.com. There's a free video there, and it will change your paradigm of, yes, how do civilians respond during these things? If something's happening on your right, don't wait and see what's happening on your right. Just respond and get out on your left. Get low, move fast, and get out.
Do you see a wave of change coming for our police right now in terms of response time and handling of things like a pipe bomb?
Absolutely, because now you have a first responder come and they're going to set up a perimeter, and then they're going to set up a safety zone, if you will, not to be confused with college students, but a safe zone of a blast radius. And that's a true safe zone where you can't use your radio, you can't use your cell phone. And what you're going to see is new bomb techniques coming in of robots. And with so much experience from the wars overseas, we're going to have a plethora of experienced professionals that will help augment responses to police departments. And we have those specialists, at Safe to Safest. They respond to almost every three-letter agency you could think of as an advisor at times, and to include and include this one.
Okay. Former Marine and former officer with the McKinney, Texas Police Department. We want to thank Chris Grollnek for his time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next, coming up.